Okay, how's it going, guys? So this is the tutorial for David's 3-card Stand Up Monte. I apologize, it's been a while. I've been kind of busy, but now I finally got time to make this tutorial for you guys. Okay, so let's get started. So in this trick, you need 4 cards. Okay, we have 2 regular cards here. Okay, an ace and a joker, right? They have backs. And what you also need here is 2 double facers. Okay, so these 2 jokers basically have aces at the back. Alright, so this is a very complicated routine, so you're definitely gonna have to follow the video very closely. You have to try and do exactly as I say, to have all the steps down, right? But it's well worth it. It's a very good trick. I mean, it usually gets a lot of good reaction from your audience. Okay, so before we start our trick, we're gonna have to put our double facers in our pocket. All right. So let's just imagine this right here is my pocket, and then imagine this way is the outside of my pants, my pocket. Okay, so I put my 2 double facers right here before my trick start. Okay, and then you do a little opener, right? You show them 2 cards, you want to flash them around, you show them their regular card, and then you tell them a little story about the 3-card Monte, right? In Las Vegas, how they try and make money out of you by trying to make you follow the card. And then you make them try, with 2 cards, right? Just a little teaser. Okay, whether they get it or not doesn't really matter. Right, so before you begin, you want to put the ace on the right side, and then you go in your pocket, you pull out your 3rd card, your double facer, and then you put it in the middle. Alright, and then what are you going to do? You're going to come here, you're going to grab the first 2 cards, flip it around, and then also you flip around this card, and then you put it on top. Just a little convincer to show them their they have backs on both sides, right? And then now what you're going to do next is called the Monte move. So what you're going to do here, you're going to come in, you tell them to follow the ace, right? You come in, you pull the first 2 cards, you flip it around, but when you flip it around, what you're going to do is you're going to use your index finger and pull this card back. Alright? So, in real speed, you go like this, and you ask them to follow the ace. Okay, of course they're going to say the ace is right here, right? And then you show them, nope, the ace is actually in my hand, and that's the joker right here. Okay, usually you get a pretty good reaction out of it. They didn't expect that one coming, right? So you show them again. Okay, you pick up the ace. Okay, pick up the joker, you put the ace here, and then the double facers in the middle. Okay, you show them one more time. Okay, tell them to follow the ace. Okay, you come here again. You do the Monte move. You put this card down. Tell them to follow the ace. Okay, flip it around. Here again, a couple more times, and then they're gonna say the ace is right here. But of course the real ace is down here, and then what you have on your hand is the joker and the double facer right here. Right, so usually you get a pretty good reaction out of here. Okay, and then what you can say is, okay, you know what, there are too many cards. You tease them, right? You say, you only have 2 eyes, but I have 3 cards. So you want to take away the ace, you put it in your pocket. Okay, so you put it in your pocket. Make sure you put it on top of your joker. This is important, right? So that the order do matter. You want to know which card is on top so that when you reach in, you know which card you're grabbing. So put the ace on top of the joker. Okay, and then now you have 2 jokers here. Make sure you put the real joker at the bottom so you can do a frustration count. Okay, you flash them. 1, you pull the top card away. 2, you show them 2 cards, right? And then they're going to be convinced that you have 2 real jokers on your hand. And then now you ask them, okay, where's the ace? Okay, this is just a little teaser. Usually they point at your pocket, right? They say that the ace is in your pocket, which is true. But then you tease them here. You snap again. You do the Monte move. You show them, I have 1 ace here, and then another joker here. You tell them, you switch them so fast that they didn't even see. And now the other joker, you reach in, you grab your double facer. You tell them the other jokers is actually in your pocket, right? And then, but of course, you actually pull out a double facer, and then you put it at the bottom. Okay, and then you put your second double facer here in the middle, and that's your real joker. All right, you tell them, okay, let's do this again. and then you come here, you do the move again, flipping around, put this card here, and you put it on their hand, and you ask them where's the ace, right? They're gonna say it's right here. You snap, you tell them nope, not anymore. That's the joker. And then right here, usually you get a pretty good reaction because they didn't see it coming. They didn't see 3 jokers jumping out of nowhere, right? And then if you want, you can put the real joker at the bottom, and then you can do frustration count, but only if you want to, right? It's not really necessary. And then you tell them the ace is actually in your pocket, okay, back in your pocket whenever you need it. Okay, now this is the final phase of the trick. So now you tell them, okay, we don't need 3 jokers, okay? You flip it around, you take away this card, which is a joker, you put it in your pocket, and then now you take the ace, you put it here, right here in the middle, and then you ask them, okay, where's the ace, right? You tease them a little bit. But of course the ace is actually in the middle. It is in the middle, okay? But you just wanna show them that, you know, you're not tricking them the entire time, so that they can still follow, right? Okay, and then when you say next is whatever, you can make up something. You say, you know, the aces are completely under my control. So you tell them, okay, you know, show me your hand, and then you put down this card, you snap, boom, and then you can create ace, you know, whenever you want. Again, right? The second double phaser, and then the real ace is right here. One more time, you do the same thing. You do it fast. Put down this card here, again, snap, and now you have 3 aces. Okay, of course these are the 2 double phasers, and you have the real ace here. Okay, put the real ace at the bottom. Again, flash them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and that's how you do the 3-card Monte. All right, so it is a very complicated routine. So you have to go back and, you know, watch it over and over again and try to really have it down. But the key thing with this trick is to really do a good Monte move, right? So you wanna make this move as smooth as possible, right? So for example, when they look at your card, when your hand come here, grab the card, you wanna make it smooth, turn, and then I swear they will think this is the joker, right? When you do it fast. So practice the Monte move, and then, you know, watch it over and over again and have fun with it. And that's it.